I'll read. So, got something quite different for you today. I'm starting off. Well, first thing is that don't worry, it's not about exponential bet. You can hear the groans now from afar. But the difference is that this is going to be a new income stream idea, and also the second difference, which I've not tried before, which I'm trying now, is that I'm bringing you in from the very start. I'm just about to start it myself. So obviously it's not tried and tested, so to speak. So you can either jump on with me now and get involved. The first month's free. You'll be pleased to hear. So nothing really to lose other than your stakes. It is a gambling system, like a tipster system. And the so the first month's free. So you can either jump on now and join me, and we'll have a little bit crack as we go along trying it, or the other alternative is just sit and watch my videos and watch me be a guinea pig and potentially lose all my money. No, that's not going to happen. Watch the video and see how much money I do make. So if you've watched my previous videos on exponential bet, I really liked, and you'll have seen that I really like CloudBetBot, which is a little automated system that tipsters and other betting systems can use to automate their bets. Now, the real reason I like CloudBetBot is because it's like passive. You don't need to do anything. Once it's set up, the system will put the bets on. Now, the first one I found, the reason I found CloudBetBot was through Exponential Bet. And if you watch my Exponential Bet videos, the last sort of 3 months, it hasn't done very well at all. In fact, I think I started it probably 4 or 5 months ago now, and we've only had one winning month. It's on borrowed time. I've got it's got 6 strategies and they're all down to 10 pence now for June. And if that's a negative at the end of June, then it's getting ditched altogether. It's just basically exponential bet hasn't performed. However, that doesn't reflect badly on CloudBetBot because I do like the idea of it, and I'm going to show you it in this video. So I thought, well, hang on then. Exponential bet uses CloudBetBot. What other systems use CloudBetBot? And so I've done a quick search on the CloudBetBot site, and I come up with these here on the right. Now you can see we've got Bet247 Pro, we've got John's Race, and we've got BetChat, we've got Exponential Bet, and we've got Value Machine. Now, I've been into a few of these. John's Race, and looks like it's closed down altogether. Value Machine is, I think, the same kind of thing. It's closed membership, I believe. And BetChat is £125 to join, a one-off payment. So that left Bet247 Pro. So when I looked at this one, it's just a blank screen. I'll tell you what, I'll type in the... it's a good start. Let's type in the URL. So that's the URL there. No, it's not. It's without the hyphens. Just bear with me. Apologies for this. Right. Okay. So Bet247 Pro then is a betting system that uses CloudBetBot. Now you can see here the bets are fully automated, but you still have full control over what you want to bet on and how you want to do it. Well, the stakes you use basically. So there's a little video here. So it only bets on horse racing and football. For some reason as well, it recommends £10 minimum bet for horses and £1 minimum bet for football. I've just started with £1 on each. I'm not going in big. I advise you do the same. Or if you have got the money, go £10 each. But you can see the things you need to do. You need a Telegram account because it's all based around Telegram. Tells you how to do things and stuff on there, and updates and everything from other members. So it's a good little community on there, people. There's a a Telegram group and a Telegram broadcast. I assume they put certain things on the broadcast. I haven't had one yet. You need a Betfair Exchange account. It doesn't say exchange there, but it does down here. So it needs to be a Betfair Exchange account because that's what CloudBetBot uses to place bets. So I'll go through advantages and disadvantages as I go here. Obviously, once you've got it all set up, it's totally passive because CloudBetBot will place the bets for you. Using Betfair Exchange, another advantage is you're not going to get gubbed because they just charge a 2 or 5% depending on what membership you're on. Commission, they just charge the commission on your bets. And then you need an account with CloudBetBot. If you've done exponential bet, then you'll already have one. I made a bit of a balls up when I tried to set it up because I thought you could, I first thought you could use the same one and it would just add it as a service in my existing exponential bet CloudBetBot account. But I didn't get it to work. But the reason I didn't get it to work is because I didn't wait long enough for Bet247 Pro to get back to me with instructions on how to link it. I do believe I could have got them all into one account, but I'd already set up, I'd already lost patience. That's just me being impatient. And set up another CloudBetBot account with a different email address. So now, unfortunately, I've got them split across two CloudBetBot accounts. I've got Exponential Bet on one account, and I've got the Bet247 Pro on another. But I know in future how to do it, so I'll probably try and get them all onto one at some point. Although, if I do ditch Exponential Bet by the end of the month, it'll be a case of I'll just keep using the Bet247 Pro account. So I hope that makes sense. So you've got the sports here. You can go and have a look at the horse race and what it's got a bit of spiel about, like the kind of bets it puts on the horse race, and it's got the football as well, and the kind of spiel it puts on the football. Now, one thing I do like about sites is when they've got the results on. So you've got the horse racing results here. Obviously, you still can't 100% trust them, I would have said. But saying that, they've obviously got a Telegram group. This is taking a while to come up. They've obviously got a Telegram group. So there's members in there. I'm sure if anything was untoward in these results, the members would be raising issues. But you can see here, the horses started in November 22. And it's got £465 profit over that period. So you can see how it's risen over the months. Now you might think that's not a lot, but it's on £10 BSP, which is a Betfair starting price. You can scale this. I mean, if you were doing £50 bets, that would be 5 times the amount, so it would be about £2,000. Or you could just do the £10. It's even if 465 over about 8 months, it's still a few quid a month going into your pocket. It's just another egg to add to your basket, so to speak. It's what I kind of promote all the time. If you've got all these different income streams, as long as they're making something and not negative, then it's going to add up. It'll be another one for the driftometer, which it all adds up from different income sources. Or you could scale this to £100 if it was one of your only sources, but then obviously you're putting all your eggs into one basket then if it's the only one. And again, don't ever risk more than you can afford to lose on these things. So if you did do £100, that would be £4,650. So that's what they recommend. I'm only going in with £1, so if I'd done it since, say, November 22 with those results, with £1, I'd only be on £46.57, 58 pence profit. Which over that number of months isn't a lot. It wouldn't cover the fee. Talking of the fee for this thing, it's free. It's absolutely free for the first month. So it's no risk for the first month other than like if you end up with a loss after 1 month. But it will give you a good idea of how it works, and then you can just opt out if it doesn't work for you. And then after the first month, it's $29.95 a month, so it's 30 quid a month basically. So that's like £1 a day. So you would need to be looking at making £1 a day. Talking of which, here's your profitability by week since it started. So week 32, which was last week, lost £5.75. But the week before that, there was a profit of 59. The week before that was a profit of 57. So it's got all the result information. It hasn't got individual results on here. It's just got graphs. But once you're doing it in your first month, which is free of charge, you'll soon get a hang of like what bets it's placing and stuff. Looks like it's placing lay bets on the horses. So it's saying to a £10 point liability. Maximum liability per race is £15. So it must be getting on sort of low odds horses, low odds picks, putting a lay bet on those. So then looking at the results for the football. Oops. And again, I'm assuming it doesn't actually say. So the football, you can see, only started in February 23. The profit isn't anywhere near as high. Oh, this is overall points. Sorry. Right. Okay. So based on that, then you can see it's flatlined a bit recently, which is a bit of a maybe. So you've got overall 25 points there. In by May we had 25 points, and now June, it's only the start of June, it's still on 25. I don't know if it's been updated. It's actually exactly the same, 25.44. I know it's 25.46, so it's slightly down, but it is only the 7th of June. So that isn't the whole of June yet. So that's in points anyway. So 25 points. If you'd been putting £1 on, that would have been £25 since February. If you were putting £10 on, that would be 250, and so on and so forth. You can see down here the days of the week's profit. So that might dictate you only turn this thing on a Sunday and a Saturday. Wednesday and Tuesday are both profitable. Friday's got minus 13. Sorry, not 13. I was going to say 13 pence there. 0.13 point down. 0.46 on a Monday and 1.57 on a Thursday. There's never much football on those 3 days anyway. Although Thursday there might be a little bit for the Europa League. And that's the other thing, is that the football seasons in Europe are just finishing. So as you can see here, it looks like a lot of the games were England, Scotland, France, USA, Japan's probably still going. But that might just be because most of the games were being played in Europe and such like. So I'm not sure what's going to happen now at the end of the season. Might be worth a question on the Telegram group. Don't know if the bets will ramp down, or the other leagues will just start overtaking this. The winter league, the summer leagues, like in the sort of the Americas and Australasia and stuff like that. That remains to be seen. But for some reason it does mention £10 a bet on horse race and £1 on football. Not sure why they're different. I'd rather do the same on each and see how they compare against each other. Because you can obviously got the option of turning the football or the horse racing off. Don't know. It seems to be like it might be that it's focused more on horse racing, but time will tell. So I clicked on join and joined yesterday. And basically you just join through Telegram. So if you haven't got a Telegram account, you just create one and then you join. And it just does like a little robot, like a little bot thing through Telegram, and it just basically asks you for your email address. You don't need to provide any sign up details at all other than an email address. When I say other sign up details, you don't need to provide any credit card information or anything like that. So I'm just assuming I'm going to get a message at the end of the month to pay the $29.95. It seems to be a bit semi-manual with using Telegram, which I haven't really got a problem with because I haven't provided any credit card details. So there's nothing to like remember at the end of the month to cancel, things like that. And then you can see the $29.95 there at the end of the month. So I don't need to go on and remember to cancel credit card payment, because it's sometimes things that I try. That's where I fall, and I end up doing that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into CloudBetBot. I'm going to log into my account. I've had to get rid of some of this information here. That's the only thing I don't like about CloudBetBot on the main screens. It's got all your personal details. So if you're using this in public somewhere, everybody's going to just be having a deeksies and that when you're like doing stuff. It's not the end of the world, but you can see how much I've taken out here. Even when you go into these, you get more personal details as well, which is mental. They should just have this in a separate settings. You should have like a settings profile page where it puts all this in. You don't need to see it on this front screen, surely. But that's the only, well, one of the only issues I have with CloudBetBot. So anyway, you can see your services here. Now these are the two Bet247 Pro services, football and horses. So you click on each one basically. So I'll go into football first because it's at the top. I need to probably put a bit more into my Betfair account because I've only got 37 quid in there, but I am only putting £1 on. So this is where you set your stake, and this is where you turn it on and off. So remember, this is the football one. If I want to turn this off, I can just click on off there and click on save, and that'll save it in the off position. I'm not going to do that. You can set it active until, so you could set it active until a future date there. When we looked at the football before, for example, if you didn't want to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you'd set it active until sort of next Monday's date, and then you just have to remember it's turned itself off, and then you have to go in and turn it back on when you want to activate it again, like on a Friday or something, on a Saturday. I don't actually use that active until. Stake, definitely use that. That's where you put your stake in. It says their value must be greater than, you go to £2. It doesn't have to be now. That's old Betfair exchange policy where the minimum bet had to be £2. You can go down to 10 pence now if you're using automation and stuff like that, which is quite useful for testing stuff and that. Testing strategies if you're doing Betfair trading. So I've set that to £1, and then this one here, order type, it's just got one option, so just leave that as it is. I will click save there, and it'll just save the information, even though it didn't change anything. So then you go back to account here, and you click on horse, and we'll have a look at the horse one. And that's very, very similar. You've got active on and off. You've got active until date. Just leave that like that if you don't want to turn it off automatically. I've got a stake again, which is set to £1 again, and on this one you've got BSP in brackets liability, so that's the only option as well, so there's nothing to choose there. So then what happens is you'll get your bets in here, and it'll tell you whether they've won or lost, and it'll automatically place the bets for you that the Bet247 Pro team are peddling or advising. Peddling doesn't sound too spectacular, does it? And then you can export these, but we'll come on to this part in a later video once the bets start coming in. I'm expecting bets to come in today, especially on the horses, maybe not the football, because like I say, I'm not sure what's going to happen with the football. I did read somewhere on that site, and it's probably worth going through the Bet247 site. I did read somewhere on that site where they say they put the bets on for the football 5 minutes before kick-off, so you wouldn't expect to see any bets for the football until 5 minutes before a match starts. But I will keep an eye on these today. You have got options here. I've set that to 2% commission because that's the commission I'm on with Betfair, because then it takes that into consideration when it's working out your profit. On here you can drop it down and you can have a look at yesterday's results. You can have a look at the last 7 days. You can have a look at the last 30 days. You can have a look at the last 90. You can have a look at the last year, and you can get all your results. That's the other thing I don't like about CloudBetBot, is I'd prefer an option here to be able to put in a custom date range, or like a month at least, because when I've been trying to do updates for exponential bet, I typically have to click 30 days and then start subtracting or adding on stuff. You can't get like the whole of May, for example, now, because if you go back 30 days from now, you're missing the start of May. You have to go back 90 days and you have to just take your May stuff out. It's not the end of the world, because you can export it to a CSV file and load it into Excel or Google Sheets, and then filter out the dates you want that way. But it would just be nice to be able to have custom there at the bottom and be able to put in a from and to date using a calendar or something, but it's not there, so there's nothing we can do about it. And this per bet, per race, per day, per month, we'll have a look at that when we get onto it. In fact, that might get round what I've just been talking about per month, because I might just put a row per month there. I've only ever left that on per bet, but when we get some information populated in here. We can start having a look at this and have a look a bit more at CloudBetBot. That's the system anyway. If you want to jump on board, I just thought because Exponential Bet looks like it's floundering somewhat, and I do like CloudBetBot, I thought I'd look for something else that we can use, and this one seemed to be the cheapest option in route. I will maybe have a look at some of the others. Like I say, a couple of them are closed shop at the minute. You only allow so many people on. The good thing about the Bet247 is it's all based on the BSPs, so it only ever uses the Betfair starting price. So every single member with the same bets will get the same price, unless obviously, well, they will all get the same price. So that's good in that respect, because it doesn't matter when you put the bet on or when it places the bet, you're only going to get the price based on the BSP. So that's it. If you want to jump on board now, highly suggest doing so. Totally free of charge for the first month. You don't need to provide any payment details or anything for the second month, so you can just let it lapse. You can get the odds down as low as the stakes down as low as 10 pence if you want. I'm going to quid just so it's easy to work out the point system, because obviously if I've got like a £10 profit on the horses at the end of the month, I know it's a plus 10 point profit. So you can follow along now, or you can just let me, like I said earlier, you can let me be the guinea pig and just follow my video updates. I'll be putting out a few more video updates on Bet247 Pro. One thing I did do initially, which I always do, is I try to look for some reviews on Bet247 Pro, but to be honest, there was very, very little information. I couldn't find anything, even from like existing members. There's nothing out there. I don't know at the minute how many existing members there are. So it's a very, very new system. I mean, it only started in November 22 as well on the horses, and it only started, was it February in 23 in the football. Maybe they'll introduce more sports if it's successful, I don't know. But they have got the results on there. It is showing a profit, so we'll see if it continues that way. If it does, happy days. If it doesn't, then that might be my fault for joining. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and get involved. Cheers now. Bye.